Hi, my name is Ghulam from Slough, 34 years old, and currently I own a variety of vehicles, but today we're here talking about the Audi Rs2. This Rs2 I purchased last December, so I've only had it a year. I saw this one come at a right price, and it's a genuine example, so I'll snap it up while I got the chance. This is the original Audi Rs2. It's on the Audi AD platform. It was only made between the years 1994 and 95. At its time when it came out, it was way ahead in figures and performance through its competitors. It was pushing around 313 brake horsepower. Now, what makes this stand out from the rest of the RS models, there's a collaboration between Audi and Porsche at the time. Those who are familiar with the vehicle know a lot of things on this vehicle have a not replication but homologation of the same Porsches of the era, like the ring mirrors, the scoops in the front bumper, the alloys, the brakes, all come over from the 928 Club Sport. So it shares a lot of things aesthetically as well as performance wise. On this particular one, there's no modifications. It's a genuine car, and because it's an asset which is increasing in value, the value is it being original. If you drive the car right now, you find the car being soft, the throw of the gears is quite far off. So there's modifications that are available for this car, but I haven't done anything on that car, only on the basis that I want it original and I'm in it for the long game. As far back as I remember, I always wanted an RS model vehicle, and the first one I had was a B5. It's very hard to find a genuine version of an Rs2 because in the mid-90s, this was like the height of the max power age. Everybody was doing like light lens, speaker boxes, modifications, which majority of them were irreversible, so it's hard to find a genuine example. There's things that have been recommissioned, like the brakes, they've all been stripped back, redone, alloys have been refurbed. He's had a cam bolt done. Recently he's gone over to QST, Kim Collins, who's like the know-how guy in regards to Audis. Car drives lovely, pulls through the gears. That's one of the things that really set this car apart from even the successor to this, the B5 Rs4. Rev range is laggy, very laggy, but when you're in the power band and you run through like third and fourth gear, the revs just go on and on and on, and it really surprises you because before you know it, you're touching close to 90, 100, 120 for a car which is in the mid-90s era. Like I said, it all goes back to the credit of it being a collaboration between Porsche and Audi. And another fun fact in regards to the car is it was made in the same factory 6 months after the notorious E500. That was Mercedes and Porsche's collaboration. So this was made in the same factory as it was then. So like 0 to 60 figures, 5.4 seconds. But in actual fact, when it was tested back then, all the way across all the media platforms of its time and the magazines of its time, people were getting 4.9s, 4.8s. So it was a lot faster than they actually said it was. Obviously they don't want to take Porsche off at that time, and they don't want to tick off Porsche owners to say that there's an estate where it's 14 to 1500 kilograms and it's faster than its time. One of the shocking figures of its time, and still spoken about to this day, is the 0 to 130, 0 to 30 miles an hour. It was in 1.5 seconds, which at its time was quicker than the road-going McLaren F1 car. So, yeah.
Well, he's driving it. The clutch is like an eject fucking button, isn't it? It just ejects back out. Brings you back to Sega Mega Drive days, looking at the dash.
Yeah, man, you're a gamer, really, so yeah, you can relate to that.
But yeah, easy to drive, clutch feels nice, accelerator's response here.
I been with Ricky in his M5 in the same bend, yeah? So that's why I went quiet. So people might be thinking,
No,
what?
I have to.
The M5, bro.
It's not my car, bro.
Nah, come on.
Oh man. Oh, it sounds beautiful, though, doesn't it?
Come on.
Nah, bro. I can't even reach the pedals.
When you get to a straight line, I just feel that second and third when you hit the straight. I know the bend might be weird. Come on, G. I ain't like that. You know, like, oh, you keep now, bro. What's mine is yours.
Nah. Yeah, I feel like I'm chilling in the living room right now.
Yeah.
Like, the seats are nice.
Chuck in second. Give it in. See that curve? It's right up there, bro.
Yeah, it goes, isn't it?
Just go up, man.
Nah.
It won't stop. That's why you probably like. That's one of the things that people don't expect on this area of the car, and you can't help it. It's like when you get into the driver's seat, it is that bit of bravado showing off to the passenger, like, yo, because you know they don't expect this car to do that. Yeah, I've owned the C63 AMGs. I've owned E63 W212s, the later 213 63 AMG. I've had M3s across the board, as well BMWs, M3s, M5s, E46s. They're all well. Like track day, everybody knows BMW is a car to go to. But day in, day out driving, as you know yourself, we live in Slough, the B roads, A roads, potholes, you're safe in these cars. Like, we went out for a tear up in it earlier, driving the car 2 hours non-stop, no issues, handling the road well and capable in the wet as well. Something like an E36 or E46, after 45 minutes of like vigorous driving, you're gonna feel the weariness and tiredness on your body. It has got four-wheel drive system, which I believe it's a 60-40 split, so 60% power to the rear-wheel drive, 40 to the front, and then if you have the diff lock on or the traction control off, I know on the successor it was an 80-20 split, so I'm presuming it's an 80-20 split on this, but even cruising around with it coming into a corner, coming into an apex, it's very nimble, it'll turn in, it's soft. You do get a lot of roll in braking, so if you come up to a corner at speed and you broke, you're going to imbalance the car. It'll throw you out. You have to be, you have to be switched on. But everyday driving, you'll be shocked getting into a car like this of this era and it being able to pin into the corners, coming out the corners, and like I said before, you have to be in the power band. If you're not in the power band, it's laggy until the power comes in, but when the power comes in, it's not stopping. I'm a detailer, currently I'm detailing. I am the owner of Alchemy Detailing Co. I'm working alongside in collaboration with Superspeed, and I've been doing for the last year or so. We do things from paint correction, ceramic coatings, valeting. We look after a lot of vehicles within the local area. We look after Ricky's vehicles as well, as far back as the M3 days. Ricky's maintenance washes all come to ourselves. In the beginning of 2021, we're going to start introducing PPF, and there's going to be a collaboration with Alchemy Detailing and Superspeed, merging into Superspeed Detailing. Like I said, he's had a 2K build recently at QSD. Engine-wise, is running sweet. Aesthetically, the door strips on these, they were prone to go. They weren't like the Mercedes of this era where they're prone to rusting. So rusting and the sills are very good, but unfortunately the door strips, they got weathered. So that's something I need to correct. Also, if you're even looking to buy one of these cars, you know, those are the things you need to go for because it's over 25 years old. Things aren't going to be on stock. You're not going to go to Audi and TPS and buy the things off shelf. So look out for things like the door strip, which unfortunately this one does need correcting. There's a few paint blemishes as you can expect for the age of the car. Also the roof liners tend to sag on these on this day and age, so I've got that rebooked in as well. When this car originally came into production, Audi planned to have 2,200, but because the car was in high demand and the performance figures it's chucking out, they actually made another 700. So in total, at the time of 94, 95, 2,900 came out of the production line. Only 180 were right-hand drive. 25 years ago, these cars weren't in the US market. So as time's gone along, Right-hand drive is only selected to the UK. A right-hand drive model will probably fetch around 35 to 40,000 for anything over above 100k. Anything with low mileage, you can easily, we're talking 60s and 70s. Like, they're so scarce. I wouldn't be surprised if you see one tomorrow with 30,000, 40,000 miles up for 90 grand. This is a left-hand drive model. Another reason why I purchased the vehicle, because left-hand drive vehicles are now open to the market across Europe. Now, 25 years on, they can go over to the US market as well, over to Canada. So that's one of the reasons why they're increasing in value as well. To purchase this vehicle, if I had a sensible offer, early 40s, consider it. But like we said, they're only going one way. So I'm not in a rush to sell it, but if a decent offer come in, I would sell the vehicle. Credit due goes to who I'm in partnership with. I'll give them a shout out as well for that, Super Speed. Over the last year, I've learned a lot in vehicles to go into that you can own, have good ownership, but they're going to increase in value as well. So it's like free motoring and maybe have a profit at the end of it if you buy the right car. I've stopped buying the newer cars like the AMGs and the BMWs and stuff like that. And when I mean new, I mean 5, 6 years older. I've gone into investing money into the older cars. My advice is to people, if you're going to go purchase a vehicle, always see if you can get as much as history with the vehicle as possible. As in, all right, if it's got 2 owners, who were the owners? It's been tuned by such a company. Find out if that tuning company, how long have been around for. Like I said, most of the parts on these vehicles you can't buy off the counter. You can't go on and just go to rock up an Audi and say, yeah, I want this. So if the car's been well looked after and it's been documented, it's the one to go for. E36s are creeping up, E46s are creeping up. So now is the time to buy the car, but do your checks on the vehicles before you buy the vehicle. And if you know an independent who's good at these vehicles, shout out to Kim again at QSD, like, get advice. Like what's available, what's not available. I know a friend of mine who's got a Black Series C63 AMG. You can't get no brake pads for it at the moment. So, wicked car. You want to drive the vehicle. If it's a garage where you're tucking it away, no issues. You drive that car and your brake pads go low, where are you going to source them from? That's another thing they've taken away from most of the new cars, PDK, DSG, auto gearboxes. Having a manual gearbox. Yeah. There's a solid gearbox of that. Yeah. Man, the front's lovely, isn't it? It's really snug, man. Like, it inspires confidence. 100%. Tone is nice. I mean, it feels better than the RS4, I'm not gonna lie. If you do not slap the brakes on the corner, yeah, okay, you're alright. Yeah, it's the imbalance which gives you so the back coming out. Right. Yeah. The brake bias. Yeah. Is the braking on the corner of the bench which throws the car out of balance. Yeah. If you can keep the car balanced, mate. Yeah. But if you overdrive it, it'll come out. Yeah. 100% push it on. That third gear is gonna go. Mate, this is quick. No joke. Yeah. So you can find us over at Alchemy in collab at Stoke Bridges with Super Speed. And if you need any help in regards to any advice in regards to the RS models or in this particular models, shout us up, send us a DM. And otherwise, you always see me floating around the post. Ricky puts up with LFF games, preparations to them, and with the platform with LLF, been alongside him for 12 months. And yeah, look forward to seeing and speaking to you guys.
Boom.
Boom, done.
Your team.
Fine.